Hey y'all, it's Lippy with Gemini Homestead. This is a requested recipe. Um, I'm not going to call him out, but it was been requested for about 6 weeks now. We're in northwest Louisiana, for some that don't know us. And we've got that little tropical depression coming up. And we're going to have a cold front, as they call it. We're going to get into the upper 70s for our low. Hey, that's a cold front. And I thought, okay, it is time to make the New Orleans style red beans and rice. So, this is a requested recipe, and I am glad that it was. And I'm kind of glad of this little flash flood warning we got, because it gives us time to eat a good warm meal and it's not 115 degrees. You know what I mean? So, we're going to get started. Some of you may know some of the ingredients, some may not. I'm going to try to work on that with my videos. I forget that, people are watching me from all over. They may have never heard of this. So, let's get this going. I've got an enamel-coated cast iron pot. It's my bean pot, my chili pot. Now, I have the larger ones, but I'm just going to do a pound of beans. That's plenty for us. So, I'm going to start with, because it's the easiest thing to start with. Instead of giving you all the ingredients, I'll do that once I get my meat going. So, I got my pot heated, and I'm going to estimate, I'm going to think about a tablespoon. Yep, about a tablespoon's all I need. And what this is, it's lard that I put up myself. Some of you may ask, okay, do a video. Okay, I will. I'm not going to promise when, but I will. About a tablespoon of lard, that's what I thought. That's all it was going to take. Now, I'm just going to get that lard melted. I'm only on like a number 3. This is a flat top electric, so I would say a low medium. I'm just getting it melted. Now, to that, I've got 1 pound of andouille sausage. You can use smoked sausage. Andouille is just a Louisiana sausage, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring this up because this actually shows up in the camera. Y'all can see it. It's, I wouldn't say a fatty sausage, but it's got a whole lot of seasoning, and it's the way that the meat is cured. But you can use turkey sausage. You can use your smoked sausage to your choice. I prefer an andouille. Now, all I'm going to do is render some of the fat out of this sausage, okay? You notice I'm going to turn this down. Boy, I love the smell of this sausage. But all I'm going to do is render the fat down. And that takes just a few minutes. Because what you don't want to do is burn it. You really want it low so it can start heating up and then all that fat comes out. Now, while that's doing this thing, I've got a medium yellow sweet onion, diced. I've got 1 stalk of celery, diced. But let me tell you about the stalk of celery. If you don't, care for the celery, a lot of you probably use celery seed. It's very pungent. So remember, 1 stalk of fresh celery is equivalent to 1/4 teaspoon. Yeah, I said 1/4 teaspoon of celery seed. The more aged the celery is, you think it diminishes. Actually, it gets stronger. So you're going to have to use the celery seed to your taste. But usually 1/4 of a teaspoon is equivalent to a diced whole celery stalk. 1. Then I've got 2 large garlic cloves. Got a bay leaf. I've got probably 3 tablespoons of salted real butter. I got a pound of red kidney beans. See, red kidney beans. I don't use pintos. Because when I say red beans and rice, I literally mean, red kidney beans. But it doesn't matter. Whether it's kidney or red beans, whatever's on your package, it still all cooks the same. And it's a bean preference. You're gonna see me, I don't know how much water, but I've measured 8 cups. That way I can tell you exactly what all I'm gonna put in here. We're gonna have Himalayan salt. We're gonna have black pepper, my own Cajun seasoning blend, and a secret ingredient is chili powder. But all of these are going to come into play over steps, okay? So the next step I'm going to do is I'm adding my vegetables. You notice I'm just adding the celery and the onion. I'm not adding the garlic because I need this to render down a couple of minutes, get a little soft, because I don't want that garlic to burn. If you threw that red garlic in there on that raw onion and raw celery, it has nothing to stick to because, garlic's wet. And it could easily burn. You don't want that. But if you cook down your other vegetables a little bit to where they start getting shiny, when you put that garlic in there, that garlic's going to stick to those vegetables. That's going to take that chance of burning that garlic. So we're going to get this rendered down. I'm going to go approximately 5 minutes. Okay? Because I can already tell by the way it looks, we're going to go slow. On low now. 5 minutes max. You're going to see that you can almost see through those onions, but you're not caramelizing them. There's a difference. But when I get it to the point, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pick that up and I'm going to put it in the camera and I'm going to let you see what your vegetable is supposed to look like before we add the garlic. It's coming together, y'all. Now I'm going to add the garlic. 4 minutes is what it took. Hold on, I'm fixing to pull it up to the camera. You'll get the gist of it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Let me get it up in the camera. So you see that shiny? That's what you're trying to get. Anyone that does a cooking tutorial, all of us try to do our best to explain. But it's kind of like driving somewhere. You don't really know where you're going unless you're behind the wheel and someone's telling you, because once you've driven it, you know where you're going. So I'm trying to give y'all that visual of what it's supposed to look like. All right, there we go. Now, 3 tablespoons of butter going in. And all we're going to do is get that butter melted. The butter's melted. Now we're going to go in. Now I have rinsed and went through, picked up all the bad. That's a pound of red kidney beans going in. And I'm just going to stir them around. I want to get that oil coated on. I'm not going to just go right on into the water. All right. Here we go. Shiny, shiny, shiny. See those beans? You want them coated. Because remember, we started off with some natural lard that I had rendered. All right, now that they have been turned and coated, now we're going to count, because I'm not going to put my seasoning in just yet. I started off with 8 cups. I'm going to be able to tell how many cups. And it's going to take all 8. All 8. Now, you might have saw some pieces of stuff in my water. That was bacon drippings. That's optional. I know, I had, about a tablespoon of lard? Well, that was about half a tablespoon of bacon drippings. Optional. Now, here's the trick. That says baking soda. I don't soak my beans. I don't see it necessary. Depending on the bean, you can actually bring it to a boil, put a lid on it, push it to the side for 1 hour, rinse it, start back over. That'll burn. But what I do is I want y'all to watch exactly. I don't even know if the camera will pick it up. When I say a pinch, I'm talking about a pinch. More's left on your finger. That right there just burnt those beans. Try it. I promise you it works. But it's a pinch now. And all I did was pour some in the cap, so it's easier for me to get to. And I'll just put it back in my jar. Now, this is where the seasoning's going to come in. Let's see. I'm going to have a teaspoon of Himalayan going in. Now, this is going to be to taste again, because after about 2 hours, I'll be able to smell it and I'll taste the juice to know. Here's a teaspoon of black pepper. Well, that's not a lot of seasoning. Got to remember that andouille or your smoked sausage, those take on flavors. I'll end up adding salt to it because most of the time you don't add salt to your beans till they're halfway done. But because I've rendered fat and all in here and I've coated those beans, I'm basically trying to flavor my juice, okay? Now my Cajun seasoning, which just went everywhere on the stove, it's going to be a teaspoon. That's it. And like I said, that chili powder, that comes in way last. So I'm going to bring this up to a boil, add my bay leaf. Add some bay leaves that we did last, I think it was December. Yeah, about December. We put up 3 gallons off of a bay tree. So I keep mine in the freezer and I just go get what I need. So I'm going to bring this to a boil and put the lid on it. And I'm going to turn it down and simmer it. You need to check it now about every 30 minutes to make sure your simmer's where you need it to be, because what you don't want to do is cook your water out. Then you got a scorched bean. You need it just as a light boiling point. Now this is the long version of cooking. I know a lot of y'all may have those Instapots and stuff. This is the long way of cooking. But I'm going to let this go 2 hours. Then I'll come back and I'm going to show you what the bean is supposed to look like, what the juice is supposed to look like, and then we're going to hit it with this chili powder. Okay, y'all, look at this. It's been exactly 2 hours. That's my bay leaf. I'm going to go back down and get a little bit closer. Okay, now I'm going to try to show you something. Let me see. I'm going to get this bean. So there's a bean here. And I'm going to tell you now, if I can get over here, watch me mash it. See, it's not ready. I have just added a little bit more liquid because it was getting a little bit cooked down. So it'll bring itself to a boil. But that's at the 2 hour mark. And do you see that dark gravy that it's making? Can you kind of see it? Because remember, we started off with water. Now this is going to be a 4 hour recipe. I'm just going to pre-warn y'all. But y'all can put it in those fancy pots. All right, we're going to give it another hour. I'm going to bring you back and show you the next step. Okay, y'all. We're at the 3-hour mark. And I know you're going to be able to see from the previous clip the difference in the juice. The juice is getting thick. See? It's cloudy. Now I'm going to pull up a bean. This is the easiest way I know so y'all can get a true visual of what it looks like. Okay. Here's a bean. See that bean? I'm going to pull this up here. Let me get it up. I know that the steam is probably getting you. Tell you what I'm going to do. Watch this. I'm going to mash it. Boy, that steam's bad. You see how it mashed? And I didn't put a lot of weight to it. So what I'm saying is, this is a 4-hour process. In 1 hour, I'm going to show you actually what I do with the beans and when I add that chili powder. We're back, y'all. It's been 3 hours and 45 minutes. About the last 15 minutes is when I put the chili powder in. And I'm going to estimate that's a half a teaspoon going in the pot. That is actually the flavor that a lot of people don't realize they're picking up on. I'm just going to stir it in. I'm pulling my bay leaf out because it needs to come out. And I'm going to take the back of my wooden spoon and I'm going to bring some beans to the side and I'm going to mash them. And what this does, this gives you a thick gravy. Boy, does it look and smell good. So I will plate it up and let you see the final results. We got some rice cooking over here in my rice pot. And cornbread on the side. But I think we're going to leave out the cornbread. We already got rice. We ate so much at that picnic. Now, Mr. Buddy might be a little disappointed he didn't get no cornbread, but it's going to be all right. So that is red beans and rice. Gemini Homestead style. Think you're going to like it. But until next time, God bless you.
Hello, my name is Cameron from Gemini Homestead, and I'm about to eat my favorite Louisiana dish. It's delicious. And make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. God bless. Bye. See you later.